bienvenidos a todos ustedes. Welcome all to my channel, Dolls by Mr. Fabre. And if you haven't guessed, I am Mr. Fabre. I hope you guys have had a great week so far. I'm very excited to show you what's in this box. For those of you who may or may not know, Target released a new wave of Naturalistas dolls. I believe they're on wave 3. And there are 5 dolls in the series. There is Dayna, Leah, who I call Laya, Kelsey, Paige, and Whitney. Now, Target was only selling Laya, Dayna, and Kelsey right now. They have promo pictures for Paige and Whitney, but you can't buy them in store. I'm not sure why. And I'm really, really hoping that they're actually dolls that will be getting sold and they're not just like fake promo pictures, because in their last wave, which was the Crown collection, I believe, they had, for example, they had a wave of 5 dolls, but they were only selling 4, because I'll maybe insert a picture, but there was one in the back of the doll box. They had a promo picture for Kelsey, but to my knowledge, I've never seen a Kelsey doll. Like, I've never seen anybody review the Kelsey doll from the Crown collection. So I'm not sure if she was just unreleased or she was going to be released later on. And I think also I saw pictures of, I think there's like a toy fair that happens every year where they show like upcoming doll releases. And they have like the, you know, the actual, like not advertisements, but they have the actual like dolls to show like these are the dolls we're selling next year or in 6 months. And they had the Crown collection, but Kelsey was not there. So it leads me to believe that she never even existed, or maybe she just was never released. I'm not sure why, because they also introduced Whitney in that doll line. So I thought to myself, maybe they thought that they can just get away with 4, because the original Naturalistas line, I believe, had 4, because it had Dayna, Laya, Paige, and Kelsey. So then maybe they thought for the Crown collection, they would just skip out on Kelsey and just add Whitney. I'm not sure. But the reason why I haven't really looked inside the box to see how the dolls look is because I know that the Naturalistas line were originally produced by Purpose Toys, and I think they switched doll companies and now it's Far Out Toys that are making Naturalistas. And I know that on some promo images they have been showing the new release dolls. They've been showing promo pictures, but I haven't really seen them in the actual packaging. So I want to see how they look in the packaging. And also on top of that, I have been seeing different face molds for the dolls, and I'll probably insert pictures here. More specifically, like for example, Dayna, you'll see like a completely different face mold. So I want to see, and Target was advertising the 2 face molds. So I thought to myself, like, which one's real, which one isn't? But anyway, I'm going to open this now, and I'm going to blindly pick up the doll and see which one we'll be reviewing first. So yes, currently I bought 3 dolls, and I have the dolls from the Crown collection here. So we'll do a compare and contrast of their faces. So we'll be doing that. So let's see, I'm looking away. The first doll we'll be reviewing is, oh, look at that. We'll be reviewing Dayna. And wow, yes. Let's just say that she does look very different. Yes, okay, so this is the front of the box. One thing I'll say is that the box feels more sturdy than their last wave, which was the Crown collection. This feels so much more sturdy. Interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so like all the Naturalistas boxes, it has like the backstory of the doll in the back of the box. If you have collected the first 2 waves of the Naturalistas collection, you'll know about this. Okay, so first off, like what I really wanted, the reason why I wanted to get these dolls, number 1, is because I love the Naturalistas line. Number 2 is the fashions. I'm not gonna lie, this fashion does feel a little bit out of date, but it's a silhouette that I personally like. So no hate, I ain't hating on this doll. But yes, one thing I also like too is the articulation that they added to the doll, because the previous Naturalista dolls have had only the 5 points of articulation. Now we have, I don't know, 7, 8 or something. So sorry, I got a message. So yes, wow, yeah, she does look very different. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and I will take her out of the box and we'll do a compare and contrast from her previous doll to her current doll. But this is just a close-up of how the doll looks. And it has like the same signature, like, you know, Naturalista's box with the pink and the gold crown. But yes, the box does feel a lot more sturdier, actually. It feels more, even like the cardboard feels really, really nice. So, and I can definitely see this as a doll that you can keep. I do like the packaging. It's very sleek, and it's a doll I can potentially see keeping inside the box versus outside, because again, the Crown Collection box was a little bit, it just did not feel like a box to be displayed, to be perfectly honest. This one definitely does. I can't believe I'm gooning over a box. So yes, that is her. Sorry for the glare. But yes, for any people who have collected the past Naturalistas, you'll know that this is a very different face. And and again, I'll show you when I flip the camera over that the faces look different from the promo images. So it's very interesting. So yes, that is the first Naturalista doll. So I will go ahead and flip the camera over and we will do a closer look into the doll. All right, so we are on the other side, and wow, there are some differences that I want to point out. Now I'll do a closer review of the doll, and then I will do a compare and contrast from the previous Dayna to now the new Dayna. So starting off, she feels really heavy. You know, that's very interesting because unfortunately, I actually rebodied my Naturalistas doll, so they actually have the Barbie made to move body. But when I had the original or the Crown Collection Naturalistas, they did not feel this heavy. So this doll does have some heft to it. But just, you know, looking into her face screening, and again, I'll show a side by side of the actual Dayna from the previous collection if this is your first time seeing a Naturalista. But that is her face, and then her face still feels hard. For those of you who have not collected Naturalistas before, they have a very hard face, so it does make it a little bit more difficult to rebody. You just have to make sure that it, you know, the water is extra hot when you rinse, or when you're putting the head in the boiled water. And then this is her hair, which I believe is supposed to be a 3C texture. And then she has it in like a half up, half down look. It's a little bit loose up here. I'm not sure if that was my doing, but okay, there we go. And then she has these gold earrings that have the N for Naturalistas on it. And then this is her facial screening. Her face is a little bit more rounded than the previous Dayna. She has nice full lips. Her eyebrows are not as fierce as the original Dayna. And then this is her, she does come with a gold bracelet. She has the arm articulation, which she didn't have before. The only Naturalista doll that had this type of articulation was the Grace doll, which came in like the influencer deluxe style or something. I do like her. I do like the hand mold. I do like how dainty the hand looks. And I definitely will be painting her nails. And then this is her outfit. It is has like a shimmery color. It's a white dress with a shimmer on it, and it's not coming off on my hands, so that's good. Yeah, no, it's not coming off. And like I said, I do feel like a dress like this is a little dated, but I personally don't mind. I do like this style. It has the signature N for Naturalistas. It is held with that like that clear elastic. And then it's held with some Velcro on it. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure that's like the body serial code. And then she also has some knee articulation as well. I don't think she has ankle articulation. These boots are very beautiful, and it's an interesting type of plastic. It's not a hard plastic, but these are very thick, you know. The boots do bend. Yeah, it's like a bendable plastic, honestly. Oh, and it has like a left and right. Is that the R for right? And then that's does it have it? Sorry, wait. Or maybe, who knows? I don't know. And then it has the N for Naturalistas in the back, right there. I don't know how well you can see that. There we go, the N right there. And then let's take off her shoe. Oh, this is kind of hard to take off now. Oh my God, this is hard to take off. Sorry, let me do this off camera. Oh my God, this is, okay, this boot is hard to take off, so be cautious of that. There we go. Okay, so it looks like she has the same foot from the actual Naturalistas, but for some reason the arch looks like the actual Naturalistas or the past Naturalista foot, but the top part looks more like arched this way, kind of like a dolphin nose. I don't remember it being that way. I don't know. I feel like the feet look slightly bigger. What I'll do is also I will compare the past Naturalista shoes, because I do have Naturalista shoes from the Crown collection. So I'll compare them to this doll here. So yeah, that is the shoe. So yeah, she has, I think, 9 points of articulation, including the knees and also the, oh no, because she also has wrists too. So that's 5, 7, 9, 11. So she has 11 points of articulation. Now with the articulated knees, articulated wrists, and articulated elbows. So, oops, sorry, her bracelet came off, and her bracelet's kind of like a rubbery plastic. It's definitely not a plastic where you feel like you can break it. It's flexible. So this is the new Dayna from Far Out Toys. Now I'm going to show you the Dayna from the Crown collection, and you'll see that there's a major difference. I don't have her body, so we're only going to compare faces, but there is a difference. I'll bring her closer. I'm going to put the camera. Okay, so this is Dayna from the Crown collection, and you can see a very big difference in the face. And I just won't keep her on the stand, sorry. All that work for nothing. Okay, as you can see by the faces, they don't even look alike. And Target was advertising this Dayna, but they were also advertising, let me show you the picture. But then they were also advertising this Dayna. So I thought to myself, well, who is the actual Dayna? They were not, to my knowledge, advertising this Dayna with this face screening. So if you look, you know, it's a very big difference. And I understand the variation, because maybe Far Out Toys weren't able to get the licensing on this Dayna face. But if you can tell, her face feels more slim, and her lips look more pouty, if that makes sense. And then her eyes have more of like that kind of cat-like eye. And then the eyebrows just look more fierce, more like, I don't even know how to describe it, but they look just more fierce. I don't really know how else to describe it. But you can tell the major difference between the two. Their faces look very different. Like if they were to tell you this was a Dayna doll and this was a Dayna doll, someone may be thinking you're lying. Something else that I've realized as well is their hair. This Dayna, her hair is pretty thin in my opinion. And this, oops, sorry, this all's gonna fall. And this Dayna, she was from the Crown Collection and she came with the exact half up, half down hairstyle. Ooh, and her shoe came off. We'll take off her shoes for now. But her hair feels super thick. Like I didn't do anything to it. I just removed her half up look and I just decided to give her like a nice swoop. But if you see how much more bigger her hair is versus this Dayna, the hair quality, they feel similar. They're not the best. It's not the best grade quality hair. I don't really know how to describe what quality their hair is, but it definitely is not like saran or nylon. It feels a lot more dry. So yes, and I think it does work for the doll so they can keep this look. So I'm not like knocking down points for that. But yes, you can tell there's a major difference in the face. Personally, for me, I prefer the face of the original Dayna. I just think she just looks a lot more fierce, a lot more model-esque. Not saying that this one is not model-esque, but personally for me, for preference reasons, like I just feel like her face is just more like, yes. Hers is just more, it's okay. Overall, I do like the fashion. I do like the extra points of articulation. I will be keeping her in this articulated body. The reason why I rebodied this Dayna was just because, again, the lack of articulation, and also I just didn't, I also wanted to give her more styles more looks to style her with, just because I know that with the shoes are more limited. Now, I will be getting the shoes so we can do a compare and contrast to see if the old Naturalista shoes fit into the new Naturalista shoes. So I'll be putting on 2 sets of shoes for this darling. Let me just remove her shoes, which y'all already know is a mission. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I don't know why it's so hard to take off these shoes. Like honestly, and definitely brace her ankle, because you do not want to, of course, like twist the pivot on her knee. So you definitely don't want to break her. But oh my God, yeah, this is so hard to take off. Give me a sec. This is crazy how like hard this is to take off. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2, oh my goodness. Yeah, they could have made these shoes easier. I don't know why it's so difficult. So yeah, just be aware if you're trying to remove these boots are very, very hard to take off. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Yep, so like I mentioned, these are her arched feet, and I have these shoes here. These shoes are from I believe Penny. She was from the Pixie Puff collection. And let's see if it fits her. Yeah, it looks like it does fit her very well. Oh, I think I think these are left and right. Oh, I didn't know that they had left and right feet. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it looks like these do fit her quite well. Okay. And then I have these shoes. I believe these shoes came with Laya from the Crown Collection. Let's see. These do fit, but I will say there's a lot of spacing in between the feet. I don't remember if that's how it looked with the previous Naturalista dolls, but yeah, no, they do fit pretty well. So they are compatible with previous Naturalista shoes. And I gotta put these monsters on. They're very beautiful boots, but yeah, they are very, be cautious when you're trying to pop them on and off. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay, I was gonna do this off camera, but there we go. Okay. Okay, they're definitely easier. They're just, they're kind of difficult to put on, but they're not as difficult to take off. Okay, so there we go. This is the new Dayna from Far Out Toys, and I will flip the camera over to give you my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on the doll. Now, I love the fashion. I love the extra articulation. However, I am not very excited about the new face screening. I do prefer the face screening of the previous Dayna, the OG Dayna. The hair quality, I would say, is not my favorite as well. It's a lot more matted and tangled, I would say, than the previous Daynas. It feels more fine, more thin. And yeah, it's just, I feel like Dayna's hair is just, the original Dayna's hair is so much more bigger, more voluminous. And I feel like this is just like, it's pretty thin, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I unravel this ponytail, if it will fluff up, I'm not sure, but it just doesn't feel, and there's also just like this loose hair. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like the OG Dayna. I'm also trying to see something as well. What I think is interesting too, what's cool is that they kept the, when you put it against sunlight, it has like a nice like little red undertone to it. So they did keep that. But overall, I just feel like, again, I'm not sure why that they switched from Purpose Toys to Far Out Toys. I'm not sure why that was. I don't know if maybe they got a better deal, or maybe it's a more bigger company. I don't know. I'm not that well versed in doll companies. But overall, the perfect blend would have been this doll with the original Dayna. If it had the original Dayna face mold, I would have been happy, and the original hair, you know, because, you know, the reason for these dolls are for hair play. It's for, you know, loving your natural hair. And I like the natural hair off from the OG Dayna. This one, it's okay. It's okay. Not the best, but yeah, I just feel like the hair was a little bit of a letdown, to be perfectly honest, but it's okay. I mean, yeah, like I mentioned, I do prefer the hair of the original Dayna. I'm not sure that's how I'll feel about the Kelsey and Laya doll, but we'll see. But yes, just one last look at the Dayna doll, or the new Dayna doll from Far Out Toys. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys liked this review, and I hope you guys will stick around to see my other videos. Right, bye.